The year was 1975, the place 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, Long Island. A large Dutch colonial house stood silently under a shroud of mystery. It was beautiful, yet menacing. The house held secrets dark and terrible. Just a year prior, it had been the scene of an unspeakable horror. The DeFeo family, who once called this place home, was gone, murdered in their beds. Now a new family, the Lutz family, was moving in, unaware of the darkness that awaited them, the Amityville Horror. The name itself sends chills down your spine. It's a story that has haunted the world for decades. A story of a family terrorized by unseen forces in a house marked by tragedy. But is it just a story? Or is there something more to the legend of 112 Ocean Avenue? The truth, as always, is more terrifying than fiction. I've investigated the paranormal for years. I've seen things that would make most people run for their lives. But the Amityville Horror? It stays with you. It gets under your skin. It makes you question everything you thought you knew about the line between this world and the next. November 13th, 1974. A date forever etched in the dark history of Amityville. It was on this night that Ronald DeFeo Jr., armed with a .35 caliber rifle, murdered his entire family. His parents, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, all shot while they slept peacefully in their beds. DeFeo claimed voices in the house drove him to commit the murders. Voices that whispered to him, urging him on. The brutality of the crime shocked the nation. How could a seemingly ordinary family be wiped out so ruthlessly? The house was now a crime scene. An investigation began. The community was left reeling. Was Ronald DeFeo Jr. truly insane? Or was there a darker force at play that night in Amityville? December 1975. Less than a year after the DeFeo murders, a young couple, George and Kathy Lutz, along with Kathy's 3 children from a previous marriage, moved into 112 Ocean Avenue. They knew of the house's horrific past, but they saw it as a bargain, a beautiful home at an unbelievably low price. They believed they could make new memories, erase the darkness that lingered. They were wrong. The Lutz family seemed like any other. George, a strong and practical man. Kathy, a loving mother. Their children, eager for a fresh start. They believed they could overcome the shadows of the past. They underestimated the power of the house. Evil had taken root in Amityville, and it was waiting. Almost immediately, strange things began to happen. At first, they were subtle. Unexplained noises, cold spots in certain rooms. A foul odor like decaying flesh permeated the air. Doors slamming shut on their own. Whispers, disembodied voices seemed to follow the family from room to room. George, a skeptic at first, started to change. He became withdrawn, irritable. He would wake up every night at 3:15 a.m., the reported time of the DeFeo murders. Kathy began to have nightmares, vivid, terrifying dreams of the murders that took place within the home's walls. The children, too, were affected. They became withdrawn and fearful. Their once happy home was transforming into a place of terror. Section 5. The horror intensifies. Green slime and demonic visions. As the days passed, the paranormal activity intensified. A thick green slime oozed from the walls. Swarms of flies appeared even in the dead of winter. Kathy saw red eyes staring at her from the darkness. One of the children, Missy, spoke of an imaginary friend, a demonic pig named Jody. The family tried to pray. They tried to cleanse the house, but nothing worked. The entity, whatever it was, seemed to feed off their fear. It grew stronger with each passing day. They were trapped, prisoners in their own home. Section 6, 28 Days of Terror. The Lutz family flees. Finally, after 28 terrifying days, the Lutz family reached their breaking point. They fled the house with only the clothes on their backs, leaving behind all their possessions. They vowed never to return. The horrors they experienced at 112 Ocean Avenue would forever be seared into their minds. News of the Lutz family's terrifying ordeal spread like wildfire. People were captivated by their story. Could a house truly be possessed by evil? Could the spirits of the murdered DeFeo family still be trapped within those walls, seeking revenge? Section 7. The Amityville Horror Legacy of a Haunting. The events at 112 Ocean Avenue sparked a media frenzy. Books were written, movies were made. The Amityville Horror became a cultural phenomenon. The 1979 film adaptation, starring James Brolin and Margot Kidder, terrified audiences worldwide and cemented the story's place in horror history. Even today, the legend of the Amityville Horror continues to fascinate and frighten. But the story of the Amityville Horror is more than just a scary movie. It's a story about the power of belief, the power of suggestion, and the terrifying possibility that there are forces beyond our understanding lurking in the shadows. Section 8. Fact or fiction. The truth remains elusive. Over the years, the truth of the Amityville Horror has been debated and dissected. Skeptics claim the Lutz family fabricated their story for fame and fortune. Others believe they were victims of a genuine haunting. The house itself still stands today. It has had several owners since the Lutz family fled. None have reported experiencing anything out of the ordinary. But the legend remains. So what really happened at 112 Ocean Avenue? Was it an elaborate hoax? Or did something truly evil reside within those walls? The answer, like the spirits that are said to haunt that house, remains elusive. The truth of the Amityville Horror, just like the paranormal itself, is a matter of what you choose to believe.